If I didn't love Maggie Stiefvater, I'd have to hate the woman. That or be consumed with complete jealousy. Not only is she the most amazing writer who comes up with the most interesting characters and unique storylines, she's also an accomplished artist and a musician. You only need to take a look at some of the book trailers that she's produced to see how incredibly talented she is. And when I say produce, I mean she writes, she draws and films the animation for the videos. She also composes and performs the music that accompanies them. She is just phenomenal. And yeah, not only that, she is just so effortlessly cool. I mean, this woman, you know, in one hand you're reading a blog post about her racing cars, and the next rearing pygmy goats, and then she's sharing her favourite cookie dough recipe. I mean, just brilliant. She is lit partners with Tessa Grattan and Benna Jovanov. I'm really sorry if I got that wrong. And together they are the Merry Sisters of Fate. So not only do these three women produce fantastic speculative fiction, they also produce it for free for their fans on the Merry Sisters of Fate website. You can go and check out their stories there, or you can do what I've done and buy their book, which is not only the stories but it's also annotated. It's just fantastic. I'll leave a link down below to the website. There's such variety in her writing. We've got murderous fairies, more murderous fairies but with a modern take on the muse. Werewolves who have no control over their transformation and it's kind of dictated by temperature. There's a fantastic use of chapter headings in this book. I don't know if you can see it just there, with the temperature, which really added to the tension of the story. Modern werewolves who are also ex-rock stars, and the use of werewolfism as an analogy for suicide and addiction. Murderous horses. I think you can see there's a bit of a murderous theme there. Shiver was the first book of hers that I read, and it really got me into looking at other books. Prior to reading Shiver, I'd just really been focusing on contemporary romance and paranormal, but really kind of gripped my imagination, and reading Maggie's other books and really made me start looking at speculative fiction titles. And I was reading more stories on the Merry Fate site and reading her critique partners books, and then from there my love of fantasy and all things speculative fiction kind of developed and evolved. I can't go on any further talking about Maggie without talking about the words. Maggie's writing is just so beautiful. It's almost lyrical in places that feel like each word has been kind of considered, but at the same time it also flows and feels natural. And I've spoken before about how it's the kind of writing that makes me want to stop and pause and reread, and then sometimes even reread the words aloud so that I can kind of listen to how they sound. Beautiful words with the rich, melodic and slightly southern twang of Will Patton's voice. For me, it is an absolute audiobook heaven. It's a real treat. One of the things that Maggie does exceptionally well is the no kiss, in that she has this amazing way of kind of building up the tension and building up your anticipation for that bit of romance. And I first noticed this in the Scorpio Races, which incidentally is one of my favourite Maggie books. A very large portion of the book where you're waiting to see if these characters get together. She manages to make roasting a chicken part of that kind of sexy foreplay and anticipation, but at the same time it's still very just sort of sweet. And she's really taken that to another level with the Raven Boys series, where there's an entire plot around the fact that the main character, Blue, cannot kiss the boy that she wants. So if she kisses her true love will die. So, talk about cruelty, Maggie. Talk about teasing us. Hi and welcome back to Bookish. So that combination, along with the combination of those beautiful words with the kind of rich melodic the combination of those beautiful words with the rich melodic and slightly southern all the things. You need to read all the Maggie books, all the things, all the time.